All these people who have, like, promotions for just random everything. I wonder if that's just something to deal with the lead dev nature of it. Like, I wonder if you're the lead dev, if I can... I don't think I can take off the role of design, though. It's so strange. It's so weird. There's just, like, so many promotions available, but, like, all of them are for roles that we aren't. And not even everybody is forgetful, so I'm not sure where these are coming from. Just, like, a bit of spillover experience from team meetings or something? I don't know. Really weird to me. God, you look creepy. Oh my god, Cotton. Dude gives vampire vibes. I mean, I guess, Hops, we can educate you. Get you that third 3D star, I suppose. And then that's it. That is all you can get for programming. You can't help out really at all with audio features, but you can help out a lot with the 3D, 2D, and system, which is the bulk of what we're doing. Hardware, not so much. I'm okay with just not really being able to do hardware. It's not really necessary unless you're doing, like, your own console or your own phone anyway, so... kind of alright with it. The other promotions there is mostly the updaters slash marketers who already have all of their stars. I'd like to be able to tell them to be ignored so that doesn't light up down there, but ho-hum. Sort of whatever. Just doing updates, but we should look into doing a... oops. Another... I don't know if we do another game or start another operating system. Probably another game. Maybe start queuing up another thing for digital distribution, but I think I want to wait until we get all of our general rep done first, because once we get really good rep, we can probably get some folks hooked in then. Here's the intestine engine. I don't know if... does that allow us to, like... probably update a bit better otherwise. Just pounding out the design work there. Still working on... some of that. If you can do the contract, do that. Otherwise, update. Really, I should just take core off of the update thing, but man... I really want to automate that. This whole support thing is, oof. I might be able to toss it over to subsidiaries and have them do the support work. Maybe. But then I'm not sure if I get the rep for it or not. I think the rep for it might just go down the toilet then. And, because a lot of the market recognition that you get for it comes from maintaining updates and all that. And if I were to hypothetically be able to throw it over to a subsidiary, they're not going to get recognition for it, certainly. The game wouldn't track that. And also, if you're not the leader, or the owner, apparently, you don't get recognition anyway, as we saw with the console operating system, I think it was. So I think the market recognition would just kind of vanish, I suppose. A little bit frustratingly. It's a bit annoying just having to do this support clicking game every single day. It's getting very old. It should be not too much longer, man. This McOwl patch is so ready. Let's send that out to the client for review, see if they're happy with it. We'll kick it around for maybe another day just to extra do it, make sure we get outstanding work for it. Pretty happy with it, though. Yeah, alright. We'll let it do its thing. I still don't really want to do 24/7 teams, because I really don't want it to turn into taking away the focus from the core team. I like this being the playthrough, is the core team, and there's some other folks there to help out who are a bit less important, but generally it's just the main whatever. And if I have a 24/7, that hugely waters it down, I think. I'd really rather not. Oops. Frame Studio 2. Alright. You also then? Yeah, alright. I think a 2D tool like just came out, man. Finish that. There's that. Promote that. Just finish it, it's fine. Yeah, outstanding quality. You take a little bit of a hit for some bugs being there, but it's not major. We're mostly just doing it for the rep, not really the money. Which, speaking of, 200 million bucks. We are getting there. Frame OS 2 design. For Shark Dak. Who was all I in? Just Paycon. I think I was with Triware, wasn't I? Don't quite remember. I'm wondering if I pull some money out. Computer operating systems, you guys are still doing stuff, I assume. You probably just released something, yeah? No, you might be this year / next year, though. Or I assume in December. It's often where they go for. No. Space fails. Nice. You're not doing anything anymore, like ever. For that reason, I'm out. 70% profit, pulling out a smooth 10 million bucks. Excellent. 215 million. Just about 216 million. And, I don't think we'll get any note in the paper about that. Yeah, quality is slowly dropping. Eventually features and tech level will be dropping too. Stability should be fine because we have adequate server space and we're doing the updates. But when it comes time to actually get rep and get some folks on this, I'm gonna bump this up to 12% while I still can. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go like 16%. We're gonna go like kind of heavy with it. Look at these other losers. 20%. I guess tech market taking 15%. Yeah, all right. We'll go 12%. That's fine. Do that before we start signing people. And when we get the rep, yeah, hopefully we get some folks on and we just generate a little bit of revenue that way. If I were to have enough designers, we could have been doing the research thing as well and patenting that. But then you need a bunch of lawyers to do the patenting thing. And it becomes a bit of a race against time. We're not really doing that this time around because I don't want to have a huge, massive team like that. I'd like to keep this kind of small. But eventually, if we're doing this long enough, if I don't just, like, at some point leave it and show off NIST Corp, because NIST Corp is absolutely a massive conglomerate thing. I don't know. We'll see what this series does. I don't really have an end goal. I never really have an end goal for it. It's usually just at some point, it's just like, man, I have one. There's not like, there's not a huge late game type thing going on because the AI isn't really deep enough to handle that. Like for the most part, if you try to buy people out and subsidize a bunch of folks, there's just going to be a new company that spawns in and they release something right away. So it's not even really worth trying to do that. You can't really have a monopoly. I've tried. I had a Snowball themed operating system playthrough once that I've got, and it's like maybe my first or second Let's Play, and I did Snowball for all. It cost $1 because I couldn't have it free. It was $1 for this operating system. I think it was made up with its own like 2D and 3D tool and everything, and I tried to buy out all the competition, and nah. Nah, eventually new folks come in and you can't buy them out because they're not 100% public yet. It kind of locks you out and forces competition. Which is, it's fine enough, it's fair enough. A monopoly would break things, but I feel like at some point you get big enough that it's like, I feel like I should be able to break things. You can hide those again, don't need that. I mean, like I said before also, this building is kind of at end of life at some point when it comes time to get more. Like, I guess I could get in another staircase here and, like, duplicate this floor, I guess. I don't think I would mind this shape going forward. This kind of, like, it's a sort of neat asymmetrical look. I like it a lot. I guess I could get, like, another floor or two like that if I need to squeeze in some more folks. I like the idea of having the meeting room on a higher floor, and that would allow me to maybe do the sort of, like, walkway type thing for the canteen on a second story. I gotta get these rooms out of here, though. These offices have to move. Which... sure, fine, I suppose. Oh yeah, I could have been designing another contract. Whoops. Website? Website's fine. Let's go! We were fine for not filing a tax report, but we did save a bunch of money in optimization. I'm not sure how we would have failed to do that. We're gonna say everybody takes their vacation in May. How about let's do that. We should be. I guess I did have a lot of profit, so there's like a lot of stuff to pour through. I might need like a fourth accountant. 3 should be fine though. I think I hired on the third one maybe a little bit late or something. I don't know. We'll see if I fill the file again next year. At some point we should probably look into doing the proper accounting stuff and like look into procuring precious metals, which is a time thing that we have to do. Like if I was to say procure gold, I put the accountants on that, and they have like X days left to do it, to try to procure it. Yeah, they're just busy working away doing tax optimization stuff. Nice, nice, nice. So we procure that stuff and we throw it into offshore, and then we can work on messing up folks. I'm curious on the black market furniture, like I wonder if there's anything unique in there that you can't normally buy. And payoff employed, don't think is worth it for me. I guess corporate espionage is something that we'd be doing a lot of to try to circumvent the research progress by stealing other tech, but the AI tech is so far behind, and then DDoS, I don't think that'll do anything at all to the AI whatsoever. I think a lot of this is like multiplayer stuff. That's why I'm not too keen on like doing a lot of it. I'm not convinced any of that's gonna matter. But hey, we could try it. Finish that off and roll you into development and queue up the next one. I'm just gonna pound out a bunch of this for a little while and get up that market recognition, or not market recognition, general reputation, and get that up high, and then yeah, we'll see about making I guess a Synapse sequel or something. I guess. Nominated for an award, 1 out of 4. Best employer bronze? Silver. Alright. Sure. Neat. Cool. I've thrown the updaters on the updating, and I'm just gonna queue up a bunch of the updates to do, and they can just kind of chip away at them slowly, and when they fix enough bugs, I'll just release it and see if maybe that's a bit of a better way to do it. GTS 3D, I don't care enough about to... You know, I don't really care about GTS 3D very much at all, honestly. 4,000 active users. Get out of here. Just get out. The PlayFriend Connect 4. Also cancel. Seems to be fine. Nobody liked us for that. That was a console operating system thing. So that's out. Synapse. is pretty healthy. That's not really getting many bugs. That's nice. GTS Online hanging in there with 150,000. Marketing is capped off at 30,000. We're going to go 25,000, bring it down a little bit. It is unavoidable now, so we don't have to go so wild with it. Intestine Engine 2 still making a bang of a buck, whatever that means with that, 3 million. Viscera 2 not so hot though. We're going to bring that down to 20,000. We're going to bring that 20,000. We're going to pump that money into GTS Online, actually. And get that going a bit extra. Just because. Okay, and that's... do some bug fixing with it. Because there is... If I look at the most recent stuff... Bug penalty at 54 bucks per bug. There happen to be no bugs, apparently. Somehow. But it's 54 bucks of, like, the hundreds of thousands, so... It's not really... it's not really a big major thing. For the most part, none of it's that buggy, because we probably go through several design iterations for it. Outstanding colony, there's 600,000 bucks. You can get pretty far just doing contracts. Space fails. Oh, congrats, Space fails. I'm best employer. The way you spawn employees in, man, nobody does it better than you. Oh, wait, Hops. You do still have a point for programmer. It says you have 9 points left, but that's not all. Okay, go for that system design then. Little Kane Z as well, and get you a star in system so you can help out with the tier 1 features for system. Always a nice way to do it, I think. Until you start getting into apparently MMOs, where simply being an MMO it's already sort of the extent, apparently. And Viscera 2, I think we can go ahead and release with over 100 bucks. Actually, I can probably release like all of these, actually. They've been sitting long enough. Synapse finally had a bug to fix. There we are. Ugh. 3 million followers, by the way, and still climbing. We're getting 10, 20,000 per. As we continue to overmarket GTS Online, we're going to continue to get some of that game simulation. And all of that. Operating system console. I'm surprised we got as much as we did. Considering I wasn't actually getting any. Interesting. I don't think that was there just a moment ago. Was it? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure I wasn't getting console operating system recognition. And then I canceled the thing, and then I got a lump of it retroactively, but it didn't cost me any followers, which is what I was afraid of initially. Was that I would lose a bunch of followers because I've dropped a project where some tens of thousands of people were still using it. Interesting. Very interesting. You know what? Do we got a design deal that we can do? Frame OS for Shark Deck Digital. October 99? Okay, well, that'll be easy. I don't suppose you also have a development contract for me to do you? Sometimes that's a thing. I suspect it was a bug. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. I'm not sure if I would be so against trying a programming deal, but I think we just keep it with design. I think. And then we could also, I guess, look at hosting and print jobs, but like, man, these are such cheat code. At some point, I'll probably do it just because screw it, why not? We have infinite money anyway. It's a really good way to get rep, though. I will go for helping design. I guess Pocket Online? That doesn't sound like a competitor. Yeah, it's a phone operating system. Ew. Gross. Ugh. That's a nasty looking thing. Ugh. Okay. Gross. Yeah, sure. I'll help you design that. That'll be a nice busy project, but first let's do another contract just to keep some folks occupied. Not hardware. No, not hardware. Good money in that, though. Really good money. I think there was an update recently that also increased how much money you get for doing the print jobs and all that for that, because the machinery is kind of expensive to run. And I think you also have to pay for the parts for that, too. But I don't currently have any machinery for that, though saying that I could build it. This is a very complicated one, requiring... Geez, a whole bunch? Speaker, thermostat, camera, motors, displays. Camera, motor, and display get assembled into the case. The speaker and thermostat get assembled onto the board, and then the board and the case get assembled again into the final assembly. It's not terribly complex and complicated. And you're a similar deal. It's a pretty cheap one to do. Like, just to, like, get started with it. A couple printers and then an assembler. You could possibly do that. I think... if we do go that route, though, I think what I would like to do is get a print building set up. And my thought for that is garage ports, like 3 or 4 of them. So it's like a distribution warehouse type thing. And then we have the... hold on, let me start designing a contract. Sure. Butters, you're on it. Keep you busy. We also need to keep an eye out for a visionary, by the way. That's still something on the to-do list. We got to find somebody who's wicked cool. We did find the one who was bad compatibility. I was asked, would it be worth building a team around that so they're like their own team? And yes, it absolutely would be, but I really want to keep this as like, this is us, you know? But yeah, if you find a visionary, it is worth building the company around them because they will, like, guarantee millions. Just about. Yeah, go for that. And then pause this design and design that, because programmers and all that are going to be bored soon. But we have a few parking garages, so it's like or garage ports, so it's like a distribution warehouse, and then we have just these box elevators, which can sometimes be a bit glitchy when you load in, depending on what the situation is. I think if you have like a ramp going down into the box elevator directly, it sometimes glitches out when you load, so I'll have to be a bit careful of that and see how to replicate that, because that'd be a good bug to have fixed. But we have just like software printing happening on an upper story, and then just like elevators down. And the basement is where the hardware is manufactured, and they just have the elevator up, and they just out into the garages, however. That's my thought. That's my plan with it. Where to put that, I'm not too sure. We got a bit of room over here. Because we could do... there we are. Yeah, we could get some parking going. I own this entire thing, so I could extend the road if need be, but we just have parking alongside. Then we just say, like, that's where the couriers go. Deliveries, I guess. Am I setting this up now? I guess I can set it up now. I suppose we're setting it up now. Why not? I don't have much else to do right this moment. And then, yeah, couriers go up there. And then we get in the main room, which is going to be pretty big, but not that big. But definitely pretty big. Because I want to house... well, I guess we'd be going this way, wouldn't we? If the parking is on this side. How to do this best? I suppose building over there. But I kind of like... Well, no. Okay. Yeah, no. Let's do that. Undo that. We can build it over here. We'll have the parking. Like so. That is for deliveries, which means this is no longer for deliveries. That can be then for guests. I think I did guests before, didn't I? I don't know. Deliveries is correct, though. It's 24 by 12. That seems nice. That's a nice, satisfying seeming thing. We'll have the double door for entry. Off on the side with an outdoorsy area. Look at this, you're actually watching me build. I think that's like the first time so far this series that you're watching me build. It's incredible, isn't it? Whoa. Use the entry thingy. In the gate. Generally, get that camera up while it's on my mind. You will probably have your own security office. Probably. Which means you would also need... No, you wouldn't. Never mind. Well, you need your own security. I was going to say you need also your own temperature control, but... You don't, actually. The garage ports. I'm not sure how exactly we're doing it. I guess just we'll throw them in like so for now and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. And then down below, we're going to duplicate that building for the moment. Get something of an alright staircase. How would I want it? I guess... like that works. Yeah, I suppose. Because there's not going to be a whole lot on this floor. We need to be able to get around easily through stuff. We also need a staircase up. So that can be... Yeah, that works. That works okay. You will likely be not so large, just so we're not just a massive cube. That's the hope. There. So hardware printing, software printing, I guess. We'll probably have splitters for some of these things. Just to keep it all kinda nice and easy. Like so. And then pallet pickup points. Not terribly reachable from everywhere. On this side, it'd be pretty cool to have it on this side. Ah, there we are. That'd be all right. Wait. Pallet pickup point. No, not that. Pallet drop point. That's what I want. Just for the spillover. Could probably go with 2 of them, actually. And then the pallet. Well, look at that. That looks nice. We'll give them a nice kind of deeper blue. Wow, they're blue chip palettes. Nice. Okay. And then, yeah, just a bunch of belts everywhere to handle that. I need the conveyor. What are you called? Yeah, box elevator. Like so. Or like so. Hey, does that work? Having both? It's not complaining. That's kind of interesting. Interesting. Right, upstairs is just going to be a bunch of belts and printers. That's easy peasy. That's nothing too wild. Downstairs, however, a little bit of music. Get our lighting in so we can see things. Wow. So, for contracts, we need generally assemblers and part makers. What are they called exactly? Printers. So, component printer. Now, two things to keep in mind with this. One, staff needs to reach it, which means that we can't really box stuff in. Currently, they're complaining that it's a dead end, and also something's blocking the fluorescent lamps, but that's alright. A lot of these things are going to be going into assemblers, which sometimes also need to go into assemblers. So for now, we'll see how we can manage with this. And then I need a recycler at like the end of the line for any excess whatever. It can kind of be like recycled and reused a bit. So then belt. I should really be doing this once I know what exactly I need, but we'll see if I can get away with just having a general generic blah. There. That is that. That all works. Staff can get in, easy peasy, no problem. And then we would be selecting this and say what your output is. Depending on what we're making, there's already a few preset things. Typically, we'd be doing like generic embedded system, I suppose. So we're looking at potentially 3 and 4 going into assemblers, which we're a little bit short on. But we got a little bit of room to expand if necessary. This whole thing. Am I able to tell you to be a specific? Not sure if I can. Sometimes you can tell it to be like a specific manufacturing line, and I'm not sure if I'm able to do that right now. I think that depends on exactly what the contract is. Why is there a move company button there? That's a weird spot for that. Huh. So we could get a simpler manufacturing line over here, and they can all just like go into the same output, whatever. I don't think we're going to fill the belt. If we do, we got the higher tiers of belts that are always unlocked. That just, they're faster, as you would expect. We need also the fire stuff, and then I'll get software printing up, and I will see you in a moment once that's done.